Hey everybody, Christy Birchville here. Today is day 14 on our Avoiding the Roller Coaster, and we're in Judges chapter 14. Now, it's Valentine's Day here today, and this chapter just seems incredibly appropriate for Valentine's. We're looking at chapter 14, verse 2, and it says, it's talking about Samson here, and he says, when he returned, he said to his father and mother, I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Now get her for me as a wife. Love at first sight. He's walking along, he sees this woman, and gotta have her. She's the one. The only thing is, she's Philistine, and Philistine people are actually, right now, ruling over and oppressing the Israelite people. Now, we find out that God is actually orchestrating this to make sure that that the Philistine people are going to come under judgment. So we understand that. But as a general rule, being directed by your emotions in that moment like that, not a great idea. And so we see how terribly wrong this goes. And if Samson was anyone other than Samson, this would have been really, really bad for him. But God was using this as a way to direct and to punish the Philistine people, which he ended up ultimately doing as a result of this marriage that they worked through. What we need to understand through this is twofold. God can use any situation to bring about his will. So realize that no matter what situation you're in, no matter what choices you have made and what direction you've gone down, nothing is ever too far out of God's hand to be able to pull it back and bring it around and move it forward in the direction that God wants us to. That's first. Secondly, though, being directed by our emotions and the lust of the moment and the anger. I mean, Samson is an individual who is very much carried by his emotions. Yes, God uses him, but very, very rarely in his entire life do we see him actually appeal to God and ask God for help. He doesn't come to God. God uses him. But you almost get the idea that God uses Samson in spite of Samson. And so we need to recognize our importance, and our focus needs to be on actually responding to God, not responding to our own emotional state of the moment. How does that change us? I mean, very few people embody the roller coaster life quite like Samson. I mean, he is up, he is down, he is up, he is down, and he is the epitome of really where we don't want to end up being. We need to stay focused on God and not be driven by our emotional whims of the moment. Things to think about.